Welcome to Random Reviews. Today I wanted to do a comparison or a review of the Death Grip mustache waxes. I couldn't find a good review or comparison, I should say, of these waxes compared to each other, so I wanted to do so for everybody else that's got or had the same questions I did. First of all, their tins are pretty cool. They got cool designs. There's cool guitar picks inside that's got the logos on each pick. So Sudden Death's got Sudden Death logo on it. Excuse me, struggling. I'm not really set up to do this with one hand. Each one's got their own custom pick, which is pretty cool. Onto the waxes. I'll do the Sudden Death first. Sudden Death is more of a... You don't really need heat for it. You could just scrape it off with your thumbnail, rub it in between your fingers, and apply it straight to your mustache. If you got a comb, you can comb it, which I recommend. This one's great for if you're on the go. I probably like this one the best out of all of them, and I'll get to that why. The next one is Bone Crusher. After I tried Sudden Death, I wanted to find something that was more of a permanent all-day hold. My main goal was to get the hair out of my mouth when I was eating, and this one, Sudden Death, would do it. It would do it just fine. It's more of a temporary hold, though, maybe for hour or two, and then you're back to pushing hair out of the way or reapplying. So Bone Crusher and Death Grip are their two strongest ones. Bone Crusher has a little bit more wax content in it, so it's going to be more of a firm hold, I would say. The wax in this, the wax is very, very hard. It's very hard to scrape out with your thumbnail. You do have to have, and people will argue this, you do have to have heat with both of these. Pocket heat is not enough. I had this Death Grip sitting in my pickup with the windows up on a 100-degree day, and this was actually, I could use this. It wasn't ideal. It looked fine. Wasn't gritty. That was the first time I used it, and it worked pretty good. The next day I used a hair dryer, and it worked really well. It worked a lot better. I was able to work it into each hair a little bit better. Anyway, both of these, you do have to have heat. I highly recommend you have to have a blow dryer, especially for Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher is very hard. It's very gritty. I don't like Bone Crusher. It's a love-hate relationship with Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher probably holds the best of all of them as far as an all-day hold. But it's so thick and gritty. You have to have a lot of heat. And even with the heat, it is such a pain in the ass to get this worked into your mustache. It takes probably 2 minutes with a blow dryer on high to get this even slightly liquefied to where you can put it on your finger. By the time you get it on your finger and get it onto your mustache, it's hard already. So then you got to apply the blow dryer to your face, which is fine, but you got to use the high heat setting on my blow dryer, and it just about scorches your face. And then even then, it's still kind of got a gritty looking look to the mustache. It took me probably a good 10 minutes to get all that work through my mustache and get it looking decent to where I was comfortable with it. I do not like this one. A lot of people like it. I don't. It was a lot of hassle, I thought, and I just did not like how much work I had to do to use this. Death Grip is probably more pine rosin and lanolin than wax. It is very tacky. It's kind of like a really thick molasses, I would say. Maybe like a epoxy or a glue kind of consistency when you heat it up. This one you probably could manage with a little less heat. Like a blow dryer, it'll melt easier with a blow dryer, way easier than Bone Crusher. This one it's very tacky. You still got to have a blow dryer for it, in my opinion. The big difference between how these two like hold in your mustache, being this one has more wax, it's a stronger hold. It doesn't really move. Your hairs don't really move around as much per se. This one here is more of a tacky glue kind of. It never gets hard. It's just kind of gooey all day. It works fairly decent. I'm not a big fan of the tacky feeling for two reasons. One, when it gets hot out, it does not really hold your hair at all. It just, you're constantly messing with it, trying to get it back up to where it is. It's just to me, it's a weird feeling. Now, this would work great. I have just a natural looking mustache. I have very coarse, wiry hair. So I struggle trying to find something that can actually keep my hair where I want it. This would work great if you had like a handle bend mustache to where you're constantly fixing your mustache, where you can constantly shape it. For a natural look, when you try to mess with this in your mustache, you're going to kind of mat it down and it's going to look weird. You got to have a little mustache comb, which you do basically for these two. The sudden death you would too. The bare bones, running a comb through your mustache after you put bare bones in, you can do it. It really tugs on your mustache a lot and it can make it look weird. I would say sudden death is probably the one I'm gonna go with out of all of these, and I really debated on keeping any of these as an everyday use, and didn't really fall in love with any of them, which I hate because I really love these tins and I love the guitar picks. It's a really neat product. I'll probably keep the sudden death, something for if I don't want to wake up in the morning and put a product in for 10 minutes, something on the go, I just keep in my pocket, I can use before lunch, whatever. This is going to come in handy, I think. I'll probably keep this one. These two I don't really care for. I did buy Firehouse Mustache Wax, the tacky, and I'm going to do a review of that later to compare. I'll be comparing the Death Grip with the Firehouse tacky. It's the most like. They're kind of like each other, I guess I would say. I'll get into that review later, so stick around for that. If you got any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Thanks.